In retirement, you'll be writing two kinds of checks. The fun ones to pay for things like nice vacations, and the not so fun ones to pay for things like your tax bill. A good strategy can help minimize your tax obligations. Call Suzanne Porsky at Phoenix Financial Group to talk about a tax strategy that might work for you. 918-890-8311. Or visit dimetodiamondsradio.com. Neither the firm nor its agents or representatives may give tax or legal advice. Dime to Diamonds is a personal slogan and program inspired by overcoming challenges. Its motivational does not guarantee financial results or performance.
Inflation's up, markets move, and laws and regulations change. Stay up to date with the latest news headlines on Dime to Diamonds with Suzanne Porsky. Saturday afternoons at 5 and Sunday evenings at 7 here on 102.3 KRMG.
The headlines about Social Security and the stock market are crazy. There's a lot of things you can't control about retirement, but there's one thing you can. You can call Suzanne Porsky at Phoenix Financial Group. Call for a no-cost, no-obligation meeting today, 918-890-8311, or at dimetodiamondsradio.com. Investment advisory products and services made available through Impact Partnership Wealth, LLC, IPW, a registered investment advisor. Dime to Diamonds is a personal slogan and program inspired by overcoming challenges. It's motivational and does not guarantee financial results or performance.
Welcome to the show, folks. We appreciate you joining us here today for Dime to Diamonds. My name is Jessica, and I am joined by Suzanne Porsky of Phoenix Financial Group and Rochelle Harp of Harp CPA. Want to make sure you get that phone number here right out the gate, so anything we talk about that raises that red flag, just simply give us a call. That phone number, 918-890-8311, 918-890-8311. That website, dimetodiamondsradio.com. Before we jump into all the latest and greatest headlines and the nitty-gritty that everybody needs to know out there, Suzanne and Rochelle, welcome to the show. How are you guys doing?
I'm doing great. Thanks for doing this today. We are having a great day. Weather is wonderful out here in Broken Arrow, Oklahoma.
Yeah, the Rose District is amazing. There's nothing prettier, nothing more like a Hallmark show than walking down Main Street here.
The breeze is light today. Yes, we are definitely enjoying ourselves.
The weather's amazing. Getting the kids outside, out from under my feet in the house. So I'm enjoying that. So are they. And listen, I enjoy doing the show with you guys. I hope everyone listening enjoys it as well. And there may be some folks out there that go, wait a minute, I think I've heard of the show, Dime to Diamonds, or I think I've heard Suzanne's name across town, but I don't know much about her. So, Suzanne, I thought it'd be a great opportunity for us to talk about you, where you came from. How did you end up in the financial world? And, of course, right here with Phoenix Financial Group.
Born and raised in Orange County, Southern California. In, was it 1995? I was in a horrible car accident. I lost my ability to read and write and had to start all over. I had a pastor at that time. Him and his wife encouraged me to write a book on my journey financially, because I thought, born and raised in a home where my mom was a vice president of Bank of America, finances and saving money was always a topic. And I thought I had all my T's crossed and my I's dotted. From the accident, found out I didn't. So I wrote a book after I learned how to read and write, and was published and started traveling the nation. And it brought me to a large speaking engagement in Grove, Oklahoma at a church. And so fell in love with it out here. It reminded me a lot of Lake Arrowhead in Southern California. Brought the family out here and put roots down. That was in 2001. On June 2nd, 2013, I fled a 25-year abusive marriage. And during that was June 2nd, June 14th, I was served paperwork. I was a victim of identity theft by him, and everything was frozen, and they left me 10 cents in my Arvest bank account. I had nothing. I did not have a home. I had 10 cents to my name. So that's where the Dime to Diamonds came from. One of my first therapists and life coaches, when telling her the story, she said, I can honestly say I could have never told anybody that you just had a dime ever in your life. You shine like a diamond. She's like, so I feel like I can say to you, you went from a dime to diamonds. And found out in my journey that 98.6%, that statistic out there, of people that will stay in an abusive relationship, whether it's with work or a friend or a spouse, because they don't know financially a way out. And so both of those big occurrences in my life, my car accident in 1995 and then fleeing in 2013, I've healed by sharing with others. And so the Phoenix came about because I was watching Harry Potter, and he was at the bottom of the staircase, and the professor was at the top of the staircase, and there was this bird, and the bird caught fire and just went all the way to ash. And so Harry asked the professor, why did that bird just burn to ash? And he said, oh, Harry, that's the Phoenix, and the Phoenix must burn to ash. When she comes back, she'll be more brilliant. The colors of her will be more brilliant. More importantly, the tears from the Phoenix will heal others. And it was at that moment I knew that was the name of my company, is Phoenix. So it's Phoenix Financial Group, and that's where it came from.
Just hold on a second. You've been through a lot. You talk about this accident. First of all, you had to overcome how to read and write again. That alone is a feat. And then you talk about going from where you were then and then having this horrific marriage, as you talked about, where you escaped, you fled. And here you are, as you talked about, when the Phoenix goes to ashes, rises bigger and better than ever before. And that is where you are today, helping people and women that maybe went through a struggle just like you. Maybe they're in an abusive relationship. Maybe they're not sure what to do financially. You've taken all your hardships and put them into energy into helping people improve their financial future, their financial status at times. Maybe they went through something you did as well. And just to remind our listeners here, I mean, Suzanne, you've been doing this for decades.
Yes, 42 years and counting. Education, Jess, is empowerment, and that's what I have found. And now statistically, we're seeing men are transitioning before women, and we've got this culture of women that don't know. They've taken care of the family and the household, and now they're left doing the financial. And so they come in every day, all day long. They're showing up at our workshops that Rochelle and I have and saying, please teach me, see me and understand me and teach me. So I have a level of comfort. I think where we're different with the male species is that we want to have a level of education. My clients don't necessarily want to be able to do the job I do, but they want to understand what I'm saying. And I think men are much more at peace and comfort. Like, hey, he said it's cool. It's cool. Hey, we're bros or dudes, and, he knows what he's doing and it's okay. Where us women are like, no, we want to know how those ingredients are working in that recipe. What's causing that to rise or to fall flat, kind of thing. So that's where I know that Rochelle and I are able to touch so many people, males, because they want to know and have that security that their wife has somewhere to go and has that education and support. And the women know that they can call, text, or walk in one of our offices at any time. There's never a dumb question.
And if you're listening to this right now and it's resonating to you, be it that you're a woman or a male, all it's about is getting your financial plate in order, your financial house in order, moving forward to retirement. We'll do a complimentary portfolio review for you guys. No cost, no obligation. Do that today. Give us a call, 918-890-8311. That's 918-890-8311. Don't forget the website. Lots of great resources there at dimetodiamondsradio.com. Now, Suzanne, of course, you've mentioned Rochelle a couple times here on the show. How did Rochelle come in the fold here? How do you guys work together? Give me all the details.
Well, I met her in the middle of the road.
Literally.
We are very, very active in our community, in our chamber, and the chamber shut down Main Street here in downtown Broken Arrow in the Rose District, shut it down and put a long table. And then the chamber members and others, they served us, an 8-course meal. And we were on the same side of the table, but we had about 4 people separating us. And so during the course of the evening, people on the opposite side, including my husband and your husband, they kept pointing. They're like, you need to talk to her and you guys need to meet. And so when the dinner was over about 2 hours later, we both kicked our chairs out. I'm like, hi, I'm supposed to meet you. And she's like, yeah, here's my card. We hooked up and started talking, and we've pretty much been inseparable since. We care about empowering people through education the same. Neither one of us charge anything for you to come in and talk to us. We both are very determined to get people financially organized because it's so much easier when it comes to taxes or otherwise. And she brings that tax piece as a licensed CPA and a business owner. That is such a huge compliment into my practice. And then I have clients, of course, everybody files taxes or should. But I'm able to say, hey, we work together. We're in sync. And when you get into retirement, it's a whole new game. You can't keep doing what you have been doing because you've got this tax bombs along the way, whether it's from Social Security or having to take your RMDs or IRMA. And that's where we complement each other. So we started years ago doing free workshops. And so in doing our workshops, and the people are driving in from all over and coming in and sitting with us. We're able to educate them and empower them and keep spreading the word that it's not as hard or scary as they think. So that's how I met her. And she just moved her office. We haven't measured how many footsteps are away, but we're now very close. We're in the same city. Now she's walking distance. So
Suzanne's right about the complexities when you get to retirement regarding the tax implications. There are, when you're early on in your financial journey, it's W-2 wages, and you might be putting things in retirement, but it's just sitting there. When you get to retirement, at this point in time, we're trying to figure out how we're going to start taking that income and taking it most effectively or efficiently to have the least amount of tax obligation possible. So working together with Suzanne and identifying what buckets, what different pieces of the puzzle are there, and how we can strategically put together a plan to take the same amount of income but pay the least amount of taxes legally obligated. That's where we really strive and work hard with our clients to deliver that.
Yeah, because, in retirement, it's about three ingredients here. It's about income, income, income. And when it comes to taxes, I've always heard it said, it's not about what you make, it's what you keep. And everyone is looking for the best tax strategy out there. I mean, think about the wealthiest Americans out there. Everyone says, well, how do they do this? Or how do they not pay taxes? Or how do they? Well, do what the wealthy do, folks. Start putting a tax plan in place. Start putting, a tax analysis in place with this income analysis. They're going to work just as the left and right hand do, going in the same direction. And essentially, it's all about keeping more money in your pocket rather than Uncle Sam's, right?
Right. And so what I tell people all the time, what has got you to retirement will absolutely not as successfully get you through retirement. You have some stuff coming up that you are not aware of. In fact, we statistically have seen it in our workshops. People don't understand that they don't automatically take taxes out of your Social Security. So that's the first big thing. Plus now you're getting older. And so maybe that spouse you were with, once they transition and pass away, now you're not a married filing jointly. You're now filing single. You also have RMDs, so those required minimum distributions that are coming up. The government came years ago and said at the age of 70 and a half, then it went to 73, and now it's 75. You have to start taking money out of those never before taxed accounts, and you have to start using it. So if you have $500,000, you have to take out about $18,000 plus dollars, or they're going to penalize you 50%. So working with Rochelle, we were able to say, hey, if we take those RMDs and we send it from the carrier straight to a nonprofit, we're not worried if they're going to have enough for deductions, and it's not creating a tax event. It's putting two great minds together to, like she said, mitigate and strategize against overpaying on taxes.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we've had same type of clients, right? Make $500,000, make $500,000, and depending on how they strategically withdraw their money, one might pay 10% in taxes versus the other one pays about 18%, an effective margin of 18%. So it's all about not how much money you take, but strategically how you withdraw it, which strategies we put into play to get that money to you.
As we get older, people start, transitioning, grandparents and that kind of thing. So they have these large volumes of income coming in all of a sudden they've inherited. And so there's maximums. If you file your Social Security before your full retirement age, you have an income threshold. You can't make more if you're single, more than $22,000. If you're married, you can't make more than $44,000 and not get penalized because they have that income threshold. The other thing is, I'm going to use my husband as an example. He's 63 as of today. If he was to take his Social Security right now, he's not at his full retirement age. So our household cannot make more than $44,000. For every $1 over that, for every $2 over that, they penalize him $1. So not only is he just getting 85% of his primary insurance amount, his full retirement, now it's getting taxed up to 85%. So he would be getting such a very, very small amount because of those limitations in there. So that's where we educate people, and so they can prevent that. And then once you file for Social Security, you can't go change that. You can't after 6 months say, hey, I don't want to do this anymore. No, you're locked in that for the rest of your life. So that's another area we educate to make sure that they know exactly what they're doing.
Yeah, we work with our clients, and it's not about, we identify what goal they want and then let them know the consequences, good or bad. And then it empowers them to make the most educated decision that they can. And hopefully they're able to mitigate taxes by making those smarter decisions.
The other part of that is there is what's called IRMA. So it's a surcharge on your Medicare payment. So after the age of 65, you yet again have income thresholds. And so we work together very closely with our clients. If they've got an inheritance or they decide that they want to sell some rental properties and there's capital gains, any of that, we say, hey, come sit down with us and let's talk. Let's run all the numbers through all of our programs. And then Rochelle is looking at where their tax is going to fall out, where, hey, let's not sell that property until January 1st next year, or let's not have that distribution of that estate that you've inherited until next year, or let's take half this year and half next year. So we can help you not overpay on your Medicare, because that too is something that has a huge impact. That can potentially, a $222 Medicare monthly for you and for your wife could easily get up to $600 a month for you and your spouse if you're not mindful of when you're taking distributions off of things.
These are all really good points that you're hitting on here, Suzanne. We all know that the topic of Social Security, for a million different reasons, whether it should be taxed or not taxed, or if it's going to run out of money or if it's not going to run out of money, has been top of mind for a lot of folks over the past few years. So if you're wondering how, when, and where should I claim Social Security, guys, don't sit there and stress yourself out. This is all I'm saying. It's so easy. All you have to do is call Suzanne and say, hey, let's do that Social Security optimization report you were talking about on the show. Help me figure out within my current income plan, my current retirement plan, when and how does Social Security fit in? What's the best decision for me? Because again, you only get to do this one time. If you'd like to come in for this Social Security optimization report, give a call today. That's 918-890-8311. That's 918-890-8311. You can always get more details about Suzanne and the team at dimetodiamondsradio.com. You know, this seems like a simple question, guys, but does spending decline over the course of retirement? With all of this inflation, you'd probably say, no way. But listen to what financial advisor Dana Aspatch recently told Finstream TV.
Right now, where everybody's talking about the price increases of gas and groceries, we are routinely saying, we have built-in inflation raises for you. Would you like to increase the monthly paycheck that you receive? There's room to do so. And even though we test and we model and we show them that they could increase it and it's not going to increase the risk of running out of money, overwhelmingly, we are still hearing people say, no, I'm comfortable on what I'm receiving. So they're absorbing those costs or making trade-offs, but nobody is expressing that they're feeling that pinch.
Interesting. I mean, she talks about having a built-in inflation raise. So even when clients say, I'm comfortable, don't worry about it, how do you stress test that comfort level with what triggers to make them say, hold on a minute, let's recheck this whole paycheck thing?
It depends on what part of the country you're in, I think. I notice that people get more pinched in the winter when there's ice storms and snowstorms. Those gas prices in the middle of the United States, natural gas, for some reason, skyrockets. So you're used to paying $120 a month. They come in with a $1,200 bill because they're trying to stay warm. Go ahead, Rochelle. What do you think?
Yeah, it's one of those. When I listen to that, my feelings are, she used the word, my clients feel comfortable. Well, I don't like the word comfortable. I like for our clients to feel confident that we have built into their plan, their strategy, a proactive plan that identifies these possible nuances, whether it might be an increase or a decrease due to things out of their control, but they're confident that their plan has that built in and can handle that and still deliver the same type of returns and things that they've had before.
Yes, and the other big piece there is the medical. Nobody can predict. So we build those in everything that we do based on our own life examples. And so my clients do have the extra padding and planning, being proactive for weather or inflation or health if they needing, to hire a therapist to come to the house because someone's had a stroke or they've got sick.
And I think the health side of things is one of the areas that people really underestimate the actual cost when you get to retirement, because I think a lot of times we all think of the premiums that you're going to have to pay, and those are fairly substantial, but that's really not when I see the biggest impact. It's when individuals have to get assisted living situations, whether that's memory cares or different items like that. We're talking, I've had clients where we've itemized $100,000 worth of medical expenses in 1 year. That could take a huge hit.
Right. And so that's where, where she's saying comfortable versus confident. If you are confident, then you're going to be comfortable. And that's really our target. And we aren't for everybody. If you're really living on the edge and you like to, be fully exposed in the market and you're not concerned about any of this, I'm not the firm for you. But for those people that want the education and the strategy and want the confidence that they understand what's working and the roadmap and that all this that's kind of built in, then yes, Phoenix Financial Group is definitely the place to stop in. It's that confident part that we want to make sure that they have. It's the confidence.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And the best way to find out if you are really confident in that income plan, if you're really confident in that retirement plan, is to come in and let's do this portfolio x-ray, guys. Let's see if there's any broken parts we weren't aware of. Let's see how we can fix them to give you that confidence going into retirement. The best news, it's complimentary. It doesn't cost you anything, guys. Again, that phone number, 918-890-8311. That's 918-890-8311. Again, that website, dimetoDiamondsradio.com. Real quick, Suzanne and Rochelle, this goes out to both of you guys. For those that are thinking, you know what, with everything happening in the world, with so much uncertainty, be it the market, be it what's going on in Washington, even overseas, I don't want to make any decisions until the dust settles. What are your thoughts to those people?
I think you need to get in and make sure you're financially organized. There's no dust settlement. We want to cover the basics with you. We want to make sure that you have created income that lasts, that starts with making sure those essential expenses are covered by reliable, predictable sources. So markets that are up and down, they're not going to disrupt your day-to-day living, which is what some people are, I feel like, going through right now. Reduce the market pressure for them, get them financially organized and manage the longevity risk, which gives them the confidence to be able to sleep at night and to spend money if something comes up that they want to go and explore. And when the gas prices are just outrageous and you still want to take that trip somewhere, you're prepared for it. And so don't wait for the dust to settle. There's always going to be something, wouldn't you say?
I completely agree. Stop procrastinating. Quit putting off to tomorrow what you could do today. I think that's a great saying. I think it really is applicable to financial situations, because if we start talking to you today, we're starting with you at point A, and we're going to ask you where your roadmap is, where do you want to get, where's point B, and we're going to start working you towards that. And there's no better time to start than today, right now.
Right, because we're already, you're already planning on your taxes. We're going to be through first quarter before we know it. The excuses will always be out there. There's always going to be something, but I think I've yet to find a client that gets themselves financially organized and gets prepared, and then they see an influx of peace and prosperity in their life because they have that, okay, I've got a plan and I'm working the plan. And if anything deviates, whether it is real or in their head, because some people are like, well, what if we run through the scenarios? And I had a lady today, she's like, thank you so much for always picking up the phone or returning a text. This is what I didn't have before, and now I know that I have somebody, and it was just some stuff running through her head. She watched a little bit too much television.
You're exactly right. We could all sit around here and make excuses all day long, but just like, tomorrow's going to come, right? I mean, that's the whole idea is you go, I'll do it tomorrow, I'll do it tomorrow, I'll do it tomorrow. Well, flash forward 10 years, tomorrow's right now, and you're trying to figure out, can I retire? Well, you don't know unless you have a plan in black and white right in front of you. A plan is not essentially an idea in your head or some advice your friend or family gave you, this is something that's put down in black and white using your numbers, your scenarios, your wants, your needs, your desires, so that if moving forward, if something happens, if the market goes down, or when the market goes down, I should say, or if this happens, you already have a plan in place. You can be proactive instead of reactive. If that sounds like you today, you're ready to put that best foot forward and start putting a plan together that is customized for you. Give us a call today. We'll do that customized income plan. That's 918-890-8311. That's 918-890-8311. More details at dimetodiamondsradio.com. Stick with us here. Coming up in just a moment, are you Camp FOMO, YOLO, or JOMO as you look forward in retirement? We'll explain in just a moment.
Suzanne and her team at Phoenix Financial Group have a special invitation for you today. For the next 5 radio callers, they'll sit down with you personally and help create a custom retirement plan for you. It's complimentary and there's no obligation. Just call 918-890-8311. That's 918-890-8311. Together with you, Suzanne and her team will look at your investments, taxes, and perhaps most importantly, show you how your life's savings can create a dependable and sustainable income in retirement. Call today for your custom retirement plan, 918-890-8311, and online at dimetodiamondsradio.com.
When you retire, the paycheck from your job will likely stop. But here's what won't stop: bills, taxes, and medical issues. Sure, there's Social Security, but that may not be enough. Suzanne Porsky and the team at Phoenix Financial can show you how to develop a new stream of income that can last as long as you live. Kind of like having your own personal pension. You won't have to worry about whether the market is up or down, or about who's sitting in the White House. You can spend your time instead on the things that matter, like family, friends, and doing the things you never had time to do before. Call Suzanne today at 918-890-8311. That's 918-890-8311. And schedule your custom income review at no charge to find out where you stand now and how Suzanne can help you build income in retirement. 918-890-8311 or online at dimetodiamondsradio.com.
Welcome to Willie's Wings, home of the secret sauce.
I'll take a dozen wings. Oh, by the way, I love that sauce. What's in it?
Can't tell you.
Why not?
It's a secret.
While many financial advisors claim to have the secret sauce, they don't. In fact, if their sauce is so good, why are they keeping it a secret? Suzanne Porsky of Phoenix Financial Group doesn't keep anything a secret. She knows there's much more to retirement planning than stocks, bonds, and mutual funds. She'll develop a strategy designed specifically for you. It's your own secret sauce for retirement. Call Suzanne Porsky at Phoenix Financial Group for your personal portfolio x-ray. Call 918-890-8311. That's 918-890-8311. Or online at dimetodiamondsradio.com.
Fine, you want to know what's in the sauce?
Absolutely.
Tablespoon of paprika.
Really?